Oh my gosh, you guys. We'll talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca. You know, things are crazy and life has been just lobbing stuff at me. I'm fine. Everything's fine. My kids are fine. My husband's fine. My mom's fine. But overall, I mean, there's a lot that isn't fine, so we can talk about it. I need to put makeup on. I need to get about my day, but I'm like, you know what else? I need to tell you guys what is happening because I have definitely not been on YouTube much, and it's because I have been really busy in the real world in real life. I'm not going to really talk about the makeup, but I'll put some stuff on the screen and I'll put some stuff in the description box so that you know what I'm using. You know, my mom, I help my mom and I go to her house. She lives about 30 minutes from me. I go to her house about 4 days each week. She cannot drive. She can't see out of one eye. I help her with her shopping and just a bunch of stuff. And my sister is in her 60s and disabled. And my mom and I are co-guardians. And my mom does do a lot for my sister. So, yeah. My mom still lives in the house that I grew up in, that we moved in 40 plus years ago. And in the last 5 years, she has not it's been really hard for her to throw anything away. And she's not gotten rid of my father's things since he's passed. And because she can't see very well, her ability to kind of keep up with everything has slowed. And so stuff's piling up around her. Mom's always been a little bit of a kind of a pack rat, kind of a hoarder. She's got that scarcity complex growing up in post-World War II era. So she doesn't want to throw anything away. She doesn't want anything to go to waste. And because of living in an older home, we discovered that her plumbing was completely shot. So this was about 2 weeks ago, we learned that her plumbing needed to be completely replaced. I cannot tell you how incredibly stressful that has been. So we had a plumbing company basically over the course of 3 days replace all the pipes in her home. And that was a lot. You know, we had, each time they worked, we didn't have there was no water. The water was shut off. My mom is not the kind of person that's just going to be like, I'm just going to stay in a hotel or let's just do lunch. My mom is a homebody. She does not want to leave the house. My sister's a homebody. She doesn't want to leave the house. So we're just kind of making do. They're like, okay, now you guys need a remediation company to come by because you have a lot of water damage. There's a lot of probably mold in the floor and there's the drywall and all this stuff. So between the laundry room and the kitchen, we needed a restoration company to come and figure out how we are going to dry out the place and replace anything, of course, that's damaged and moldy. Okay, so I'm like, where do I begin? So they were like, yeah, you need to, we're going to have to go in the kitchen and take it apart. And we're going to have to pull down the cabinets and the cupboards and take out the drywall. And we're going to have to dry everything out. And it's going to take like 3 to 5 days. And same with the laundry room. So I'm like, cool. And so I'm like, I have my mom's house that has 40 years of stuff in her kitchen Not to mention the last 5 years of things like takeout containers and jars that she insists she needs to keep. I am somehow going to get rid of that in like a matter of 2 days. The emotional strain of doing that, and then her being so kind of resistant to letting me get rid of stuff, was very difficult. There was a lot of stuff I just didn't fight her on and is packed up and in the garage. And it's kind of silly to pack up bottles of spice from probably 20 years ago. I know if some of you are like, this woman is a hoarder. She is and she isn't. There's a lot of people her age in this kind of, mentality. So I don't want to completely throw my mom under the bus because she does a lot. And she's had a lot kind of thrown at her, and she is a trooper, and I give her so much credit, and I love her dearly, and we get along so well. But it's become very, very obvious the what needs to change. We are now in day 3 of basically just high-powered fans and dehumidifiers drying out her kitchen, and it is plasticed off. It is screened off and zipped off like Dexter. Like, it just looks like it's all encased. And my mom's favorite place to sit is at the dining room table, which is like right next to it. So it is so loud. It is so loud next to those fans. And I'm like, Mom, are you sure you don't want to go anywhere? And we're making tea in the bathroom, and I've got the coffee pot in the living room, and I've got the toaster and the microwave on the side china cupboard. And she's like, oh no, we will stay here. One, can't afford it, I mean, that's a luxury to just be like, okay, we'll just, relocate for the next 2 weeks while this, plays out. And it's like, we don't have that. In fact, this is not covered by insurance, you guys. So just know insurance does not cover general wear and tear. This is not sudden and unforeseeable. This is general wear and tear that just happens, and you are responsible for it. So now she has to pay this. I am being as patient as I possibly can. I am very close to just absolutely losing my mind. And I know that my mom, my gosh, I get to go home. I leave and I come home and I have a quiet house, and it's just me and my husband and the pets, and oh my gosh. And then my mom's just sitting there drowning out her, like, it's so loud. I have a Fresh Beauty Blender Power Pocket Puff they sent me. I am going to use this. I think of this as kind of I don't want to say it's, this like blessing in disguise, because I kind of hate that. When bad stuff happens, it's very hard. And this isn't that bad. Like, there's people who truly lose everything in flood, fire, storm, whatever, So, she's going to be okay. But I just feel like sometimes bad things happen, and it's like, let's just understand that this is a bad thing. And I don't need some toxic positivity to convince me that this is normal. So I sort of go back and forth with the like, oh, why? And then I go, we're okay. In terms of what I am looking at this as this is a come to Jesus. This is a wake up call. This is all those things. And I know that it's sinking in for her, that she's like going, oh yikes, I really, really have let this go. And I'm taking the opportunity to declutter as much as I can. And I know that she has felt, I think she feels like she's making a lot of sacrifices and like, oh, I'm giving up so much. And I'm like, not quite, Mom, but you know, close. I'm looking at this as okay, how cool is this that, you know, you didn't see yourself probably remodeling your kitchen in your mid-80s, but here we are. So let's make the most of it. And, you know, we're going to have new flooring. They save the cupboards. It's crazy what they can do. They save the cupboards, and then she'll have to get new flooring. And yeah, so there was about 3 cupboards full of expired pantry items, you know, like we're talking lentils and baking soda and brown sugar and, you know, just yes, like I said, the spices. And it's so, and this is going to continue for at least, I'm going to say, another 2 weeks. So it's kind of a week, well, 5 days, but it overlaps a weekend of dryers, fans, and then it's assess the situation, damage, see if, you know, it's done its thing, and then it's basically get the company. There's a second part of the company that comes in and does the estimate for the restoration. Growing old and taking care of older people is hard. It's hard. I think we put so much emphasis in our society on how we look after children, and I don't think we pay attention enough to how we are there for elderly and disabled people in this country. And the way things are going is not looking better. I think we're gonna make a whole generation of miserable, I mean, I guess that's me and my boomer brother. Everybody is doing this like ink pen stain liner situation. And I'm like, okay. The key though is keeping the product to the point where the felt tip is. And what's strange is that's not natural. You don't hold it like so. So when you're doing this and you're like, why is it dry? It's because the product needs to sink. So when you store it with the tip down. Any of your stains or kind of, yeah. Okay. Lip Stunner. And I think it's the shade Uncensored. Uncensored? Make sure your lips are dry. So I love these little ones, but in this case, this is too short to this. I'm literally running the lid into my lip. Ah! Might have to draw a little bit with some concealer. Has created. I am going to do my hair and I'm going to come back. I'll be right back. Okay. Ooh, here I am. Well, I feel like my makeup is a lot more put together on the outside than how I feel on the inside. So we're just going to, yeah, we're just gonna kind of keep faking it till we make it, but in a good way. That is the scoop. And I know you guys are so supportive of me and my family and the people that I care for, and you guys just always do such a wonderful job of being there for me. So thank you. So I hope that we can commiserate together, because I know for a fact, I'm absolutely certain there are some of you out there that are experiencing or have experienced this. So, hi. All right, I'm gonna go because I have to go help my mom. I have to go help her find lunch in the living room. Anyway, thank you so much. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.